speaker. So we welcome Dr. Shruti SD. So she's a founder and scientist of Bio Solution, Pinya Industrial Area, Bangalore. So she'll going to give a talk on underlying mechanism that suppresses taste and smell receptor in COVID-19 patients. Now I would like to invite Dr. Santosh Kumar SF, Assistant Professor, Department of Food Science and Technology, to an overview about today's speaker, Dr. Shruti SD. Dr. Santosh Kumar.
Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Dr. Santosh Kumar sir, Assistant Professor, DOS in Food Technology, Master degree and PhD degree from Department of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, Coimbatore University. She served as an academician at the Department of Biotechnology, Coimbatore University and Oxford Education Institute, Bangalore. She was published various research articles and with good impact, promote the research interest among students and train them for a better tomorrow. She has good experience in postdoctoral research from Department of Microbiology and Cell Biology, IISc. She obtained her master degree and PhD degree from Department of Biotechnology and Bioinformatics, Coimbatore University. She served as an academician at the Department of Biotechnology, Coimbatore University and Oxford Education Institute, Bangalore, by presenting special talks in many colleges and universities. I heartily welcome Dr. Shruti SD to this webinar and take over this platform. Welcome you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh, for such a wonderful introduction. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Department of Food Technology as well as Davangere University for giving me an opportunity. Without wasting much of the time, I would like to start my presentation. So my today's topic is I'll be explaining about underlying mechanisms that suppress the taste and smell receptor COVID-19 patients. So know that COVID-19 patients, one major symptom is losing the taste and smell. So how this virus infection suppress the taste and smell, and what is the molecular mechanism which happens during the that is I'll be trying to highlight few pathways and what are the changes that takes place in the pathway while the patient is facing such symptoms. So this also gives scope particularly for the Department of Food Technology, where taste and smell receptor work, how a human being can sense which taste and which smell it is, and during COVID-19, what are the changes that takes place in the pathway. So before that, the sense of taste and smell, they both are very much related actually. So whenever we are eating any food, with the help of the you eat. See, whereas in case of bitter and umami takes place based on G protein coupled receptors. If we have to elaborate this, what is ion channels? As I said, here it is Na plus and H plus ion channels. So these ion sensation which has occurred in the mouth has become perception when it reaches here. So when we perceive whether the directly go to the back side of the tongue, where again we see here this is olfactory bulb. One side of the olfactory bulb is directly connected to the olfactory bulb neurons, and then it further goes to olfactory cortex of the brain, and here the other part of the olfactory nerve is present free here, wherein the odorant molecules which enter inside the nose will bind directly to the olfactory receptor cell. They are nothing but G protein coupled receptor. So this is after the taste binds to the taste bud, gustation cell, gustatory cells, and further the signal will be passed further to taste receptor genes. Again here the genes will be mutated, the receptor genes will be mutated. Three cytokines which are released that gets localized and cellular zinc homeostasis in the oral gustatory cells. These are the four reasons. One is the direct infection of tongue. Another one is the inflammation which is caused due to the immunomodulatory activities which takes place once we gets infected with the virus. Another one is inflammatory cytokinins which happens with damaging the nerves. Though the virus is not entering only the oral nasal epithelial cells, and with sialic acid, how the virus will come and bind with the help of ACE2 receptor. Means once the virus bind to the ACE2 receptor, which is present in the nose and mouth, how it further spreads the infection. So this is retronasal olfaction. That is it will directly enter that is G protein coupled receptor. So this heterotrimeric G protein, the smell, losing of smell and taste was very common, but this year the mutated one, it did not directly enter through nose and tongue, but it infected other organs too. So here in the last year case, aged and overweight individuals are much more susceptible to COVID-19 because the olfactory epithelium of the capacity or the how it moves, that will decline with age. And also in case of overweight individuals, this olfactory epithelium will be present as basal inflammation state. That means it will boil. So these cells will turn over very fast within like 4 to 5 days. But in this case, what happens is the inflammatory cytokines which are formed along with toll-like receptors go and bind. So these are the two ways through which the virus enters the taste buds, and hence it happen to lose the taste. So based on this, there is one more model which is elucidated. So this is COVID-19 related ageusia. That means there will be no taste. So here, taste buds in normal cases, if they lose, if we if we eat something which is or acidic kind or any very hot or very cold, so there are cases wherein the cells will spoil. So these cells will turn over very fast within like 4 to 5 days. But in this case, what happens is the inflammatory cytokines which are formed along with toll-like receptors and interferon receptors, and these are highly expressed in taste buds, and the activation of this will limit the taste cell regeneration. That means though we lose the taste, it will not allow the cells to regenerate very quick. So the distant production of interferons from the infected keratinocytes could lead to ACE2 expression in taste bud cells, which could in turn be infected by SARS-CoV-2. Though here virus is not entering the mouth, but through the interferons which are released, which will lead to ACE2 expression in the taste bud cells, and that is where virus will go and infect. So here the taste nerves are damaged, and so the central nervous infection will be from the brain towards the mouth. So this is one more model seriously, and the exact mechanism which is involved should be elucidated, and the additional important insights into the molecular pathophysiology associated should be understood. The effect of taste and smell alterations on food consumption during COVID-19 should be taken care. Though if we lose the taste and smell, still we have to follow the proper nutritional profile. And high risk individuals with food sensory disturbances, those with different health problems, comorbidities, and sarcopenia, diabetes, hypertension, smoking, eating disorders, and those who are malnutrited and elderly people, all these people should be taken with utmost care. So thank you all for giving me the opportunity. I hope I have tried to cover most of the pathways which are involved during sensing of the taste and smell, and how it will be lost during COVID-19 infection. And along with this, I would also introduce my company called BioEdge Solutions, majorly a service oriented, wherein we'll be providing all the services which I have listed out here. I have given website address www.bioedgesolutions.com, those who are looking for any services, students training or contract research projects can definitely contact us to services@bioedgesolutions.com. Thank you. If you have any questions, you are welcome.
Of tasting powder obtained from market onto the taste buds.
So, what is your opinion on this? Whether it is present in a taste?
I would like to invite Dr. Gayatri Vaidya to propose vote of thanks.
Faculty of Science months during and after the to know this knowledge. Thank you very much, madam. I would like to thank Dr. Shruti SD, founder and scientist at BioEdge Solutions, Bangalore, who has enlightened us with underlying mechanism that suppresses the taste and smell receptors in COVID-19 patients. This topic was very interesting and was very useful for everyone who are present here. So thank you very much, madam. I would like to thank Dr. Venkatesh and Dr. Santosh for a beautiful webinar, very interesting and very informative. I would like to thank Shankar sir and other technical team